Hey, what's up, family? Yo, got another money video for you today. As always, try to broaden your vocabulary and have you think a little different than most people. Because remember, if you're doing what everybody else doing, expect the same results that everybody else is getting. So that's why you want to do things a little different. But check this video out. This is going to be doing with money, and we're going to title it Money and Respect. 2 words, money and respect. Now, when I speak about that, how do you handle money? Just how responsible are you with money? And when you talk about respect, how do people treat you when giving or receiving money? In what regard of respect do they treat you? Now think about it. When we're talking about money, you got to speak about, like I said, how do you handle money? How responsible or irresponsible? Because we're all too familiar how people are so irresponsible. But let's do it in a positive light. How responsible are you with money? Do you do responsible things with money? Do you do such responsible things that it builds your credit? Once it builds your credit actually is more valuable than your actual tangible money. So now, like I said, then we talk about respect. How do people respect you when it comes to giving or receiving money? And when we talk about that, that touches in with credit, because it comes to a thing of prudence when your credit is established or not established. Think about it. It's a reason why this financial institute or that one will or will not give you credit. See, it's the prudence. And what does, as always, I love to give you a word of the day. So that's going to be the word of the day. Prudence. What does prudence mean? Caution, wisdom, judgment. Think about what I'm saying. Why this financial institute, the type of prudence they put upon you when you're applying for their credit? What kind of judgment that they're going to put upon you? How are they judging you? What kind of caution is they taking? What kind of wisdom is there now? They looking to see, do you pay your bills on time? See, this is the type of respect or disrespect. They're going to say, nah, sorry, we can't help you. But if you pay your bills on time, they go, oh, sure, you could have this credit card or this and that. Because we live in this country where everything is pretty much based on credit. And that's why so many people, because of their irresponsible bad money management skills, that's why so many large numbers of people have bad credit, because they live in their whole lives based on credit. But let's go back to the beginning as well. Like I said, money and respect. How responsible are you with money? What is the real worth of money? I remember I read this quite some years ago in one of my favorite books, 40 Laws of Power. What is the real worth of money? You know what the real worth of money is? It ain't the mere, how did he put it? He said it's not, the real worth of money is not the possession of just having money, but what you use it for. You get what I'm saying? Anyone can have money, but what are you doing with it? What are you doing with it to make more money? What are you doing with it to elevate yourself or things and people around you? What are you doing? Or are you just having money and doing nothing with it? Which touches on a little small story in that very same book. I'll try to give you the real short version. It talked about this miser. Now, miser, that's just another word. It's a real short word, M-I-S-E-R. It just means like a penny pincher, a cheapskate, It had this miser one day, he had a little handful of gold. And every time he would make a little bit of money, some more gold, he would put it with the rest of his gold, and he would go up in the mountains and hide his gold deep in the crevice of this little cave. And he would do this time and time again until he had a nice large lump, right, of gold. And now every day he would go to the mountain just to look at it. Look at my gold. Look at my gold. And then he would leave and he would come back another day just to look at it. Just to look at it. Like, remember what I said? What is the real worth of money? It's not just the possession, but what you do with it. So one of the locals in the area, they seen this guy every day go up to this mountaintop and always looking so curious as he going, but looking so jolly and happy as he come down. So one of the people that was watching, because remember folks, people are always watching you. I don't care what you're doing, jokers are watching you. So anyway, so one day, one of the locals followed the guy, and he followed him real stealth-like, quiet, right? And when he seen what the old man was doing, and he seen the gold that he pulled out of the crevice of that mountain, he knew, ooh, I gotta get that. So when he hid and the guy left, he went and stole the guy gold. And on the next day, when that guy went to go look for his gold, it was no longer there. Now he was sad. And, oh, I can't believe somebody took my gold. And when he brought this to another person, told him what had happened, the guy told him, remember, let's go back to the statement again for the third time. The real worth of money is not the possession of the money, but what you use it for. So like the other guy told him when he was giving him all his sorrows about somebody took my gold, he said, hey, why don't you just take a rock around the same size as the gold, put it back in that possession, and think of that as your gold? Because think about it. You were never doing nothing with the gold in the first place. Just staring at it all the time. Happy that you got it. You had no intentions of using it. Now, I know that sounds kind of silly, but there was a point in that story. The guy, what did I say for the fourth time? The real worth of money is not the possession of money, but what you use it for. Now, let's move on. So are you using it for something, or you just like the miser, the cheapskate? You just happy you got it and bragging, but doing nothing with it. So let's move on. Like I said, respect. Do people respect you when you giving or receiving money? Have you built up, have you paid stuff on time to the point you have good credit, that now credit is something that you was able to use the prudence, your judgment, your wisdom, and get good credit, right? Because now, like I said, financial institutes won't give it to you if they see you don't pay your bills on time. Which brings me back to way back in the days. Let's put you in a time machine right now, right? I love saying like that, talking like that. Let's go back in time, right? Way back in the days, you know, late 1700, 1800. Would you believe this was a time when people used to say stuff like this? They used to give, when they used to owe somebody something, they would say, they would have a regular piece of paper, any piece of paper anywhere, and they would go, I owe you. Isn't that amazing? You go, what? I thought that was just in cartoons. Yosemite Sam, I'm the wildest. When he would go in the bar and talk about, I owe you, and they kick him out. Because think about it. When they did that back then, I owe you, they would write down on the paper, I owe you. They would write what they owe them for, the date, and then they would sign it. Now, you know what the IOU really meant back then? This is a form of respect. What it really meant was that you agree to a debt to be paid to this person or that person. You agreed to it. So now you got to pay that back. But think about it. How can an IOU be any good in these areas if people don't know you? So think about it. IOUs was only good in a community that people knew you. Does that not make sense? Because think about it. How can you write an IOU to a whole, you travel to a whole nother state where nobody knows you? What integrity do you have to stand on? What prudence could anyone use against you? What caution? What wisdom? What judgment could they use against you? Prudence. What prudence could they use against you? They have nothing to base it on. That's why if you think about it, back in those days, the 1800s, early 1800s, the IOUs was really only used in a community where people knew those people. Because we know, hey, that's John. Yeah, he owes a lumber yard and he had to come here and borrow money from the bank. We know him. We know where he lived. We know the values he got. We deal with him all the time. Next door neighbor or whoever, they know these people. See, so the IOUs worked in an area where people knew each other. But once you got out of that area, your IOU was close to nothing. Because how's someone gonna have some type of prudence towards you? They can't have no judgment towards you. They have nothing to build on. So, like I said, money and respect. How do you handle your money? Do you spend it frivolously like there's no tomorrow? Because tomorrow is surely coming. And then when tomorrow gets here, now you gotta beg, borrow, and steal. Are you responsible with your money? Do you make your money make more money? Do you make your money build your credit? To realize now your credit is more valuable than your actual tangible money. Do people respect you rather you're giving or receiving money because you carry yourself in such an integral way? Got anything back?
No.
Okay, cool. This is a short, simple money video. Give people things to think about. On that note, peace.